Okay, thanks for coming. Around 28 minutes silent sitting. Today's topic, sit with William Blake's quote. So William Blake is an awakened being. When I was young, I read his poem, the second one, To See a World in a Grain of Sand, in Chinese version though. But I want to introduce his first quote first. This life, hello Saja, this life is dim windows of the soul, distorts the heavens from pole to pole, and leads you to believe a lie when you see with, not see through, the eye. William Blake. I totally agree with him, and he described it in such a beautiful way. The world, I will say, the world we can see right now, we can experience right now, is dim windows of the soul. Here I will say pure awareness. So the world is dim windows of the pure awareness, distorts the cosmic intelligence or the heaven from pole to pole. Everyone sees a distorted version of reality, the ultimate reality, and leads you to believe a lie. The world you see is your mental projection through your five senses or perceptual apparatus. Yeah, eyes, nose. And our mind plays an important role in the interpretation of the five sensory inputs. The translation for most of worldly person is a lie. When you see only with the eye, not through the eye. I love this. It reminds me the Heart Sutra of Buddhism. You can see through things. If you cannot see through, you only see with the eye, then it's just an illusion for you. The whole world is your mental projection. How to say, seeing with our perceptual apparatus, a very narrow bandwidth in the full complete electromagnetic band, right? So what is the world of a bat who experienced the reality through ultrasound? Totally different from our experience. But he still perceived a world through a bat perceptual apparatus, right? And what's the world look like for like a dragonfly with hundreds, thousands of little small eyes? We just see with different bandwidth sensory organs. So if you can only see with a narrow bandwidth perceptual senses, then we are fooled by this perception. On the other hand, if you can see through the perceptual five senses, then you may understand, you may have a glimpse of the reality. The heaven may appear in front of you without distortion. And you may break that lie because now you see the truth. So I talked about this in a previous video session. It's ultimate reality and the world. Everyone, the 8 billion different people are perceiving a world using his, her, or its, including animals, perceptual senses. Can you see through? When you can see through, you can let go. When you can let go, you are free. You are not entangled anymore. The whole world is a real-time magic entanglements. It's a lie, it's a prison. The purpose of awakening is to see this lie, to break this prison. And I will say this is the first step. You let go because you can see through. And you are freed from the previous illusion or Maya. Then you can welcome, you embrace the perceptual experiences or projections. Then it will lead you to the second quote here. You can see a world in a grain of sand and heaven in a wild flower. You can hold infinity in the palms of your hand and eternity in an hour. That's a realization. The realization can be achieved when you can see through eyes, not see with eyes. The eyes of Dharma, the eyes of wisdom. I do think these two quotes are two thoughts of the William Blake is correlated. I will say the first one, when you can see through the eyes, is a condition or is a cultivation that leads you to the realization of the second quote or thought, to see a world in a grain of sand and heaven in a wild flower. I love this. And I also put a Chinese version. 一沙见世界，一花窥天堂，手中握无限，须臾纳永恒. So, if you combine different languages, I mean, it's really beautiful. And I love the Chinese version translation. It's so really beautiful. 一沙见世界 or 一沙一世界. So you see a world in a grain of sand. Actually, if you analyze a grain of sand, it contains maybe carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, all the atoms, right? So maybe the carbon atoms are coming from a remote galaxy, not necessarily just within the Milky Way. So maybe how many atoms contain in that grain of sand? Maybe more than the stars in the whole galaxies. The numbers of the atom in a grain of sand are more than the numbers of galaxies in the whole universe. And each atom, oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, are coming from different galaxies or supernovas, birth and death, formations, and destructions of a galaxy or star or planet. Who knows? So you see a world. It's all interconnected, right? The interconnectivity. You see a world in a grain of sand, and you can use the same idea to, you see a world in a piece of rock. You see a world in how to say, a piece of wood, and the heaven in a wild flower. Wild flower. A wild flower in human perception is just like a snapshot of what it really are or is. Through our perceptual experiences, a flower in eyes of butterfly, or with so many eyes, is different. A heaven in a wild flower. The existence of a wild flower through human perceptual senses once you can see through your eyes, then actually it's not only a flower. It's the whole cosmic manifestation in such a beautiful, loving, life. It's a dynamic dance of everything. Sunlight, the earth, the material, the water, the wind, the insects. Make sense? It is a heaven. There is a heaven in a wild flower once you can see through. And it's a like cosmic dynamic dance within that flower. Even within a grain of sand too. And you hold infinity in the palm of your hand. Our palm looks so small. But this space, I can hold within my palm, is connected to the outer space, to 1 meter away, to 1 kilometer away. The whole space is indivisible. You cannot dissect the space. Make sense? So it's a holographic way of looking, of experiencing, of realization. Once you can see through eyes with this infinite understanding, then your experience is infinite. That's really the interesting part. Because now you break down all your limits of mind. You cut through all the illusions in front of you. Again, that's the wisdom. The wisdom set us free. The wisdom set you free. To hold eternity in an hour. So the time, the psychological time, is just a mental projection of eternity. So we are experiencing time because we see through, or we project a time zone, 3 time zones, through our mental projection. It's the play of eternity in this time zone, in 3 time zones. Actually, it's a quite good design. But the only problem, are you prisoned by your projection? Can you set yourself free by seeing through, or letting go, or zooming out? It's same realization, just using different words. Can you zoom out, zoom out, zoom out, you know? You're not entangled, you know, you're not so strictly entangled within the situations or experiences.一沙见世界，一花窥天堂，手中握无限，须臾纳永恒. So this is also matches the Heart Sutras. Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form. So time and timeless, space and spacelessness becomes one. Timeless is manifesting itself in time. Spaceless is appearing in space. So you would say it's neither timeless nor time. It's neither spaceless nor space. You transcend all these terms. You transcend all these terms. So the passing time is eternal. Once you can understand from eternity, from that understanding of eternity. So this is the union of the timeless and time, spaceless and space, the infinity and finite objects. This is the union now. Everything becomes one. This is the end of seeking, spiritual seeking. We are all the seekers. Saja, you are one of the seekers. And someone, maybe Kirsten is here. We are all the seekers for this total realization, or totality, or infinity, or eternity. You know, the truth, the liberation, the freedom. You can use any word that matches your how to say, that makes you understand it. This is the final destination. You sit and watch, play and have fun. And there's infinite learning after you can sit here and now. You can say the uppercase here and now. person. Yeah, you're here. Yes. We're always here now. We cannot never escape from here and now. But our mind travels, to the past and put labels on the present moment, which is helpful but incomplete. Also, our mind travels, to the future, which never occur, which can only occur in the present moment. It's okay. You just watch your mind, play. as long as you stay, here, present. As long as you are sitting in the field of eternity and infinity. As long as you can see through with the eye, not only see with the eye, you see? You see through the lies, through the Maya, through the illusions, through the projections. Then you welcome and embrace all the projections. It's good. It's a good projection. Trust me, it's a magic play of cosmic intelligence. And this is yoga, actually. You become yogi. You are authentic yogi right now. You have union of all. You have union of, every form, name, interaction, experience, reaction, response. You can unite all. You are a yogi. That's the beautiful. Future never arrives. No, it's only here now. But we can play with the mind. You see, now mind doesn't become a burden for you. It's like a toy, a tool. And also, this is a non-dual perception. Non-dual perception. You see through the dualities. Good, bad, beautiful, ugly. Success, failure, black, white. Big, small. Actually, you see God's presence everywhere, everywhen. God is everywhere. It's here and now. The very, how to say, the very awareness is the presence of God. Now you become the messenger of God once you can see through. I do think William Blake was one of the messengers of God. That's why he can write these beautiful sentences, poem, thoughts. So your life is not a dim windows of the soul anymore. It's a clear, wise, open, unlimited understanding of windows of the totality. It cannot distort the heavens from pole to pole anymore. For you, you're open, you're so open, there's no distortion. You are so clear, transparent. From pole to pole is a duality, right? Maybe more multiplicity too. There's no distortion in your view now. You can see through. And you can break the lie because now you can see through the eye. The eye just become a measuring tool. Our five senses is just a measuring equipment, apparatus. Make sense? Your experiments with the world are not limited to your equipment. Make sense? Make sure I have a good pronunciation. Yeah. The five senses, the five apparatus does not limit you anymore. You can understand a dragonfly has different world. You can understand a ladybug with thousand eyes have different version of the same reality. You understand everyone projects a different world, even though we have one planet Earth. 8 billion different worlds in one planet Earth, because everyone is perceiving, projecting a world through their lens of eyes or five sensory apparatus. You understand, you accept, you forgive. You see? And you try to teach when they are ready. Are you ready? You allow them to make mistakes because you made a lot of mistakes before. And it's a process. Awakening is a process. You allow them to make mistakes, including become angry, depressed, offensive. You allow them and you accept them because that's all because they cannot see the total picture. They are narrow. They have that narrow bandwidth of perception. They cannot see a world in a grain of sand and cannot see a heaven in a wildflower. They cannot hold infinity in the palm of their hand and eternity in an hour. It's okay, It took me so much years to arrive at this place, at this realization. You allow them to, have that process too. One day, one day, sooner or later, they will arrive at the same destination as you did. That's the final destination for every human being, not only for human being, but also for the sentient being, for any aliens, okay? For any aliens light years away from us. So in this view, you notice we are so equal. Fundamentally, we are equal. That's where the true equality comes from. You don't force yourself to be equal, because now at the most fundamental level, you understand what's the meaning of equality or justice. Okay, we need a just, a justice in society, in economy. Imagine everyone. Imagine John Lennon. Do you know that song? Imagine. Imagine everyone can realize this, have this final realization. The world must be a heaven. Must be. But before everyone realizes it, make sure you realize it. Okay. The whole world may be a turmoil, chaos. But make sure you awaken. You can awaken in this life. Now. Then you are truly a peacemaker. Okay. You are not only a peacemaker, you are a love maker. You're a compassion maker. You're a wisdom maker. You make wisdom. You share wisdom. You share love. You understand in every object, a tree, a rock, a human being, a dog, you see the God presence. That's where you have strength. You can empower yourself. You never feel fatigue. Do you feel fatigue? Yeah, John Lennon, I love it. Yeah, it's easy to play on the guitar. Yeah. It could be our realization, not only just imagination, okay? And it's true. John Lennon is talking about truth, pointing to this heaven. We are already in heaven right now. Infinite love, the ocean of infinite love, wisdom, intelligence, transcend all space and time. Again, we are so blessed. We are so much blessed, loved, caressed by God. That's the moment you realize you are already in heaven. You can not only see a heaven in a wildflower, you see heaven in everything. The world you're projecting is a heaven, infinite and eternal. Through your eyes of a finite place and finite time. This is the time of awakening. Wow. It's mind-blowing. It's blowing all your minds away. It's crazy, I know. What? No education teach about this, you know. Even science has a hard problem of consciousness. The hard problems of consciousness is, what is consciousness? It is born from matter, atoms, molecules. They have a false assumption that matter gives rise to consciousness, or your brain gives rise to consciousness. So the deeper they go, the harder it becomes, because it's the false assumption. The better way, or the best way, is to change the assumption that it is not the matter gives rise to consciousness, but the consciousness gives rise to matter, information, and energy. You are conscious. That's the primary condition. Then you can experience the cup in terms of matter, the heat of a cup in terms of energy. And you can analyze, oh, this cup is made, you know, carbon, oxygen, some minerals, information. I mean, you can study it. But all this matter, information, and energy are given, our experiences are in consciousness. Make sense? No experience, or no consciousness, no experience, no knowledge, no matter, no energy, no information. Do you agree? I'm a solid supporter of consciousness only school of Buddhism. We do have this consciousness only school, 唯识宗. It's all about consciousness. Our reasoning, logic, memorizing, analyzing mind is the application of consciousness. So consciousness gives rise to mind. Okay? Then you have so many different minds. We have 8 billion different minds, but all based on the same identical universal pure consciousness. That's the moment you're awakening to. I'm talking using my specific terms, but I noticed all these words are or recycling of different teachers, my early education, my Buddhism study, and so on. But all these terms, like I talked about, all goes back to the same pure consciousness. So that's where I understand Buddha. That's where Buddha and I stands, on same foundation. That's where the love and compassion arise too. And understand you, Saja and Kirsten, coming from the same pure, identical consciousness, but manifested as you, Kirsten, and as Saja, which is very unique. Your form and name and perception is very unique from me, from every other people. But once you can transcend your perception, your form and name, your understanding, you can see through the eyes, not only see with the eyes. That's the moment of awakening. You back to your source, or back to your totality, back to your eternity, back to your infinity. That's the time of awakening. Actually, it's very logic. So in the yoga system, we do have the Raja Yoga, a yoga of reasoning. I'm combining a little bit from there too. Awakening could have a approach of reasoning. If you are very scientific, you like to reason, maybe that's a good path for you. But I use the same different approaches to, like Zen, the direct experience. Are you aware? Are you aware that you're aware? You don't need any reasoning. You just have that direct experience. Reasoning helps, but helps only to your self-realization again. All my words is help you to realize that you are infinite, you are eternal, you are spaceless, you're timeless, you are free, you are open, you're connected, you're luminous, you are clear, you're transparent. I'm just talking about you because I know that's my qualities too. We are living in the same diamond cosmic mind. I use diamond because a diamond has different facets. Let's say 64 facets, pure, clear diamond. So wisdom, compassion, love, strength, stability, luminosity, different terms to describe different facets, but same diamond. Make sense? Are you a clear, transparent, unlimited diamond right now? Diamond Sutra, you see? Diamond Sutra is not a sutra on the text on the shelf, in the temples. No, it's you. You are the diamond. Diamond Sutra is just words from Buddha, some words from Buddha to help you to realize you're the diamond too. Same as Buddha, same as any master actually. Love down specific words. Thank you. I'm just recycling different words from different teacher. It's a combination of here and this and there. I love it. I love it. Thank you. And darling, I'm raising my capacity to love. Great. Love, I will say, is the simplest expression of God, of you, of ourselves too. Once you fall in love, and especially when the party you fall in love with also loves you back, hopefully it's not one-way love. That's the moment of, how to say, embracing the God presence in both parties. We fall in love with our partners, right? Do you still remember your first love? Exciting! Your energy will high. Yeah. Your heartbeat raise. You feel great when you kiss your first love. The first kiss is always great. Imagine you can expand this love, the first kiss, the first love, to everyone, to everything. That's the time when you're living in heaven. That's why I say love is the simplest expression of God. Sometimes I ask my kids to say the magic words, when I just tease them when they would like to go out, have fun with me, or maybe ask me $2 from me. I just say the magic word. The magic word is, I love you. And then it feels good, right? When someone said he or she love you, and you also say, I love you back. That's the moment of recognition of love. And if we can expand this love sensation, love experience, love energy, love wisdom, let's say, to everyone, that's the beauty of life. That's the purpose of life. You really experience utopia. Okay, utopia at least could be true in your realization. So you realize you are in heaven. That's the final realization. And you can apply this understanding into your everyday life, into the cup. This is the presence of God. Okay? Into a cell phone. This is the presence of God. To see a world in a cup and in a cell phone, to see a heaven in a cup and a cell phone, and everything else. That's it. I really mean it. And that's where William Blake tried to lead us using his thoughts, his beautiful words here. To see a world in a grain of sand, in a cell phone, in a cup, in a book, of course, in a beautiful human being, in a beautiful dog or cats. In the heaven, in a wild flower, in a tree, in the wind, in the dogs barking, in the bird chirping in the valley, in the morning dew, in the moonlight, in the sunlight, in everything you can see the beauty and God's presence, that you become so happy. You are the happiest person or being, let's say, in the world. You are making love with everything and everyone. That's also Buddha's realization. Avatara Samyo Sambodhi. the supreme enlightenment state. You transcend every form, name, every experience, perception, understanding, and you welcome everyone's name and form and understanding and perception. You welcome every feelings and emotions. You notice every feelings and emotions, all the expressions of God, of this pure cosmic intelligence. You're the most happy, wealthy, healthy, successful. Okay. This is not only unlimited worldly success anymore. Okay. This is universal success, depending on nothing, only depending on your realization. That's why self-discovery, uppercase SELF realization is the most valuable, precious, important, magnificent. Nothing can beat this. Not nothing. Not $1 million, not $1 billion. That's why, again, 2,500 years ago, Gautama Shakyamuni Buddha left his palace. He was seeking for a higher purpose of life. And actually, this is the purpose of every human being. Every Satan being too. But as human being, we may talk about it with the language, with the pointers, with this poem, beautiful words by William Blake. Make sense? Such a beautiful soul of being, of awareness, manifesting itself through these beautiful sentences. This is wisdom. This is love. This is the diamond from heaven. Every word, he said, to see a world in a grain of sand, a heaven in a wildflower, hold infinity in the palm of a hand, and eternity in an hour. This is love. This is greatest compassion. This is wisdom. This is realization. This is the pointer to help you to be free, to be liberated. You join his readers club, I think. You become his true, authentic reader of William Blake. Okay. Also, it's the same club of sages, all the sages, Buddhas, Jesus even. The Bible is pointing to this realization. Same. Different terms though, different signs, different, philosophies. But every road leads to Rome. Are you at Rome now? You are always at Rome. You always are as pure awareness. The mind played tricks. The mind was given rise by this pure awareness, and mind is the executive, like CEO of the Corporation of Awareness. Sometimes it's, for most world person, the CEO overpower the awareness and become the owner of the company. That's not right. Now kick off his ass and go away. I'm in charge now. But again, once you can see the tricks of mind, you can take in charge. Any sharings or questions? Back, okay. And you have the hormones, yeah. High level hormones surges. It's okay, It was fun, right? It was fun. We are here to experience. We are here to learn. We are here to evolve. And fundamentally, we are here to awake from the experiences. Okay, maybe that's all for today. Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming, Saja, Kristen, and Anne, darling, and Dom. Maybe see you tomorrow too. Thank you. Yes, repetition is a key. Yeah. Thank you, and see you, beautiful beauties.